It's June 2022 and crypto is crashing. Is this the end? Of course not. But where is the bottom and when is the bottom for this cycle? That's what we're discussing today. Hello everyone, I'm Nathan, Senior Researcher at Collective Shift, where we share the latest and best crypto analysis and advice on this channel to help you create more wealth and freedom. Like I said, today we are talking about where is the bottom this cycle and when is the bottom this cycle. Two simple questions that aren't quite so simple, but we'll try to make it a little bit more simplistic than the rest of the market. Now, before we dive in, if you're enjoying this content, please like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and of course, check out our wonderful platform at collectiveshift.io, where we have 4 real portfolios for you. Our newest is the beginner portfolio. We also have assets and airdrops pages as well. So head over there for more information. But today, let's kick it off. When is the bottom for this cycle of crypto? Where is the bottom for this cycle of crypto? Those are the questions we are asking today. And we're going to be looking at 2 graphs to get a little bit of a grip on where we think that is. Now, the first we are going to look at is the Total Crypto Market Cap graph. This is by 1 week. And then we're also going to look at the the historical Bitcoin chart as well. And we're going to look at that at multiple time intervals. So first off, for our Total Crypto Market Cap, I'm a big believer in the 4-year cycle for BTC. And here is a wonderful kind of image of how that 4-year cycle for Bitcoin impacts the rest of crypto. Pretty much it drives crypto prices. We don't have information about the 2013 bull run and bear market, but we do have information about the 2017 bull run, 2018 bear market, and we're going to extrapolate that for 2021 and 22. And effectively, as simplistically as we can make this, after major bull runs, 2017, 2021, there are cooling off periods for the market where we come to more of an equilibrium price. After that cooling off period, we see a market crash. So we see pretty much your stereotypical life cycle graph of we've got fear, and then we're talking about the capitulation and despair stages in a bear market, and we're trying to pick the bottom. Now, we've seen it here. We've got about that is not 44 days. Excuse me. Let me just quickly check how long this time period is. This is actually 308 days and a 70% decrease. So we have typically about a 300 to 370 day decrease as part of our cooling off period. Then we typically have, about a 20 to 30 day window here where we drop ridiculously low to hit our bottom. These are the extremes of the market, and we're extrapolating this pattern out into 2021-22. So right here, we're looking at Total Crypto Market Cap. Let's switch over to Total Bitcoin Market Cap, and we're going to be concentrating on what I look at right here, this blue line in December 2020. I think this line right here, this cross section, we've got a purple line across a horizontal line that marks the 2017 all-time high. We have a blue vertical line here that I call breakout gap created. That is what I call that line. And we're earmarking a couple of days, a couple of weeks in December 2020 that I think are far more important than other breakout periods in BTC's history. And I think it's going to give us a little bit of an insight into where the bottom is for for Bitcoin. Now, here is our pattern. We're going through our equilibrium phase at the moment. As you can see, we are about 2/3 of the way through our cooling off period, but we have not hit our despair, market crash period that I expect later this year. But let's see when and where with Bitcoin. So we'll switch over from Total Crypto Market Cap over to our BTC US dollar index chart. We're going to look at this graph at a monthly period, weekly, daily, and then 3 hours. We're going to look at all 4 of them. Sometimes I get annoyed with technical analysts who don't look at the same graph over all different time periods. And you'll see why we do that today. Again, we are going to focus on the breakout gap created line that I marked in December 2020. And here on this graph, it's marked in a green vertical line. Now, similarly to the Total Crypto Market Cap graph we saw as you can see, I've pretty much earmarked 3 different periods. We've got our cooling off period in 2014, 2018, 2022, and then we do have a capitulation or a despair period that is a significant market fall off that happened in December 2014, January 2015, and also happened again in December 2018. So if we extrapolate that out, we're looking like the end of 2022 for our potential despair period where the market just absolutely falls off the table and we hit market lows. Now, if we extrapolate this trend out into 2022, what is our low period? Now, let's dig into this gap created, and I'm going to zoom in. We're going to focus here on December 2020. I think it's massively important. So give me a second. We're going to zoom in. We're looking at the monthly, and I'm going to look at this same period over weekly and daily as well. Now, the lines are a little bit off because we're at the monthly, but we've created a gap here. And actually, let me zoom in because we don't get too much information here from the monthly. I'll switch over to candles. We want to see candles and we want to see movements in between specific time periods. And as you can see, we're earmarking this massive green candle here. This is what I'm focusing on this month right here. Now, because we're at the monthly view, I don't get too much information into it. So let's move into the weekly view. So we'll move from monthly over to weekly. I'm gonna have to just go and find it again. And there we go. Our one large green candle has now turned into 1, 2, 3, 4 separate weekly candles. So what an epic month for Bitcoin back in December, starting December 14th, 2020, moving all the way through to January 2021, and effectively went from 2017 all-time high prices during this period of about 19,000, a little over 19,000. We pushed all the way up in a month to about $38,000, and Bitcoin really never looked back until June 2022. We're back. So during these 4-week period, I wanted to find support ranges. We kind of get some input here from these 4 different bars and where they stop and where they stop. You can kind of see our support ranges starting to build, but we need to zoom in more. So let's do that. We're going to go into the daily period. I'm going to come over here and find my December 2020 period. Now that one block that was a month turned into four candles. Now those 4 candles have turned into plenty more and turned into, daily candles. So we are focused here on this breakout period where we went from about 19,000 on December 15th, absolutely exploded on December 16th. You can see this wonderful green candle here. Wonder if this is ever going to be filled in. Then we had a small oscillating period around late December 2020. We pushed up again. We had another small oscillating period in very late December, and then we exploded up to 40,000. Wow, ridiculous. So here is where we are, and a really, really great example of zooming in on a chart to focus on one candle to get more information about trading activity. So don't like it when TAs and technical analysts don't do this. Please show me every single candle, every single interval when we're talking about one chart. Now, let's extenuate that concept. We're looking for support ranges 1, 2, and 3, but I can't quite gleam it enough. I want to go deeper, so let's go deeper. We'll go down to the 3 hours. I would go to the 1 hour chart, but I actually couldn't get trading volume information on TradingView for 1 hour or 2 hours, so I went with the 3 hour. We'll get over here. Give me just 1 second to find our starting point, and there we are. Now our graph is getting very, very detailed. We are looking at 3 hour candles here, which gives us a wonderful, wonderful little kind of insight into what happened on December 16th. You can see here where my mouse is. We started at about 19,000. We pushed up ridiculously from about 9 a.m. Pacific on December 16th, all the way up until the next day, about 9 a.m. Pacific, December 2021, wherever that is. Oh, wow, over here. So we had a wonderful daily period here. Pretty much, December 21 did hit about here. So from about the 16th all the way through to the 30th, in my opinion, we have 3 different support ranges here. So let's move backwards from our support ranges because we're trying to find a bottom. We're at 10 minutes, so I'm going to wrap this video up in about 2 minutes. We'll answer the questions right now. Here we are in our first support range that happened between about 26,000 and 27,000. Trading volume lasted about 3 days during this period. So with Bitcoin being at about 22, 23,000, we've already hit this support range. We've already blown through it. Moving on to the next one. Support range number 2. Support range number 2 sits between 22,000 and 24,000. Well, what do you know? That's where we are during our capitulation phase right now. So support range 2 has started to be hit. Back in 2020, this was traded for 8 days. That's it. Only 8 days traded between 22,000 and 24,000. It looks like in June and in the rest of 22, we're going to get far more trading activity at this support range number 2. Now, the one that everyone wants to care about is support range number 3. How low are we going to go? So from the breakout period, when we blew through the December 2017 all-time high, this green candle here is just fascinating to me. I wish I could zoom into this 3-hour candle here. Will we ever fill in this candle? You know, it goes from 19,700 all the way up to about 20,600. Will BTC go below 20,000? It's a wonderful, wonderful question. Support range 3 here is sitting between 20,600 and 20,800. So for a couple of hours there, it oscillated between the $200 range, 20,600, 20,800, and that provides us our last support range before we get back to 2017 all-time highs, which personally I do not think we are going to get to. So to answer the question of this video, believe we are going to be getting to 20,600, 20,800 as our low point this cycle. Let's zoom back out. We'll go back out to our monthly graph. Let's see if we can get them back here relatively quickly. Oh, good, good. We do have them back. And that is effectively our analysis for when are we going to go lower. So if we go back to our major graph, we're back on the total crypto market cap graph. In my opinion, total crypto market cap is heavily influenced by BTC performance still. Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies are not decorrelated from Bitcoin. Therefore, the Bitcoin pricing pattern will dictate the crypto pricing pattern, in my opinion. Therefore, I could see us later this year following this pattern again. It's just how low do we go? We can't go below my lower bound. Oh, we can go below my market lower bounds. We could go below the total crypto market cap all-time high of 2017, but I don't think we will go below the Bitcoin all-time high in 2017. Therefore, you know, today's market crash has brought us a little bit below our cooling off period, which calls for 65% decreases over 329 days. And then we've got another estimate here. What is our estimate? We've got another 31% decrease over 35 days, which would leave us in early November, between November and December, for our range of entry points for what we think could be the market bottom, or, you know, within 10% of the market bottom. And here is our answer. So we'll zoom back out just so we can get one more picture of this bad boy, and then we will call it a day. Wonderful. Thank you everyone that got this far. Really appreciate you being here. Stay strong during the market crash. You know, one flash crash, one crypto bank Celsius isn't stopping the digital age from coming. It's funny how market sentiment changes so quickly. You know, everyone was so bullish on crypto 6 months ago when prices are up. Even mainstream media was, you know, lauding and complimenting crypto for the futuristic views and technologies that they're producing. But, you know, when prices go down, so does sentiment and so does market analysis. So stay strong there. I do think we have, you know, tougher times ahead in November and December of this year. So I do think we will be flat and oscillating the rest of the year with another crash at the end of the year. So do be smart with your money. Do dollar cost average in so that, you know, we don't buy the dip that's, you know, the dip before the dip. So thank you everyone that got this far. Really appreciate you being here. We'll be back at it next week. Bye for now.